Men Podcast, where we talk about the manliest things every day, all the time, and forget about those dirty women.
Bruh.
You can say that again.
That's a woman moment right there. It's a woman moment. Welcome to the Men Podcast.
Yes, where we sit here and we mansplain just about anything we can think of.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And talk about how women... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Basically, we mansplained women. Bam.
Yeah.
So, okay. How do we start this off? So, first of all, first episode, what are we going to do?
We are going to first introduce ourselves, and then we are going to be manly.
No.
Let's just stay anonymous.
Just like fake names. Just like, so my name is Tough Guy. My name is Vinny. Carl.
Carl.
Hold
Hold on.
Carl Jr.
What's your name, son?
Bear with us. We only got 2 mics.
Yeah. No. Get their names. It'll come.
What are your guys' names? Manly names.
Chuck.
Chuck.
That's a pretty
Chuck.
manly name.
What about you?
What you?
Thorn. We'll just go Thorn.
That's
Thorn.
the gayest sounding
You know
name
what?
in the
Piss
world.
off.
That's the least manly name.
That is the least manly name.
Is it though? Is it really?
Yeah.
Less manly than Chuck?
Chuck is pretty manly.
Fine. I'll go by Kurt. That works.
Kurt works. So, anonymous number 2. What's your name?
Muscle. Just flat out muscle.
Just straight muscle. Well, you heard it here, folks. This is the start of something tremendously amazing. And we are doing an audio and a video. So, for our video viewers, hi. Welcome to the Men Podcast. For the audio listeners, hi. You can't see us waving, but we're waving. Welcome to the Men Podcast.
And so every time we upload a video for the podcast, we will also be uploading an audio clip to any platform that we will be on.
Exactly. Most likely Apple Podcast.
Yeah, hopefully. And all of our video viewers will have the joy of seeing the beautiful intro we have created,
Exactly.
which sadly our audio
It's amazing.
listeners do not get to experience that.
Oh,
So
well.
suck it.
It's all up to preference.
It's all up to preference.
Exactly.
Got anything to say about that, Muscle?
Grr.
Nice. So let's get straight into topic, all right? Let's start off with a simple one. What makes us manly? What are your manly traits?
Let's start.
All right. We already know mine. There you go.
That's pretty manly.
That's pretty manly.
I don't know. What can you guys do?
All right. Let's hear it for Thornton.
Chest hair. Chest hair, pretty manly.
I mean, how much chest hair are we talking though?
Like Neve. Have you ever seen Catfish?
Yeah.
Yeah, Neve.
Show it to them.
I would if we wouldn't get in trouble for flashing.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. School would come after us.
Yep.
But also we're men, so like we don't care.
He's
Yeah,
got
we
a
don't
point there.
care.
Rebel.
go.
We're a rebel to society.
I'd say I do woodworking. That's pretty
There
manly.
you go. What about you?
Chuck.
Chuck. I basically work. I'll be working with.
Just look at the fucking mic.
I am looking.
Yeah, but we can't. It's
No,
like,
him. He just needs to talk
Hey,
into this
hey,
mic. That's why it's right here.
just hold the mic.
Why am I gonna hold the
I'm
mic?
just going back
That's
and
what
forth.
the stand is for. The stand is for holding the mic.
Yeah, but you don't want to have to like lean over every time and just like, hey.
This ain't a Rainbow Six
Hey,
Siege where I
you
gotta peek the corner,
guys.
man. This ain't Rainbow Six Siege.
Bickering
Anyway,
is a woman thing.
He's
You guys
got a
gotta
point.
stop.
I'm a-
You
You
guys
got a
gotta
point.
don't bicker and complain as a guy.
exactly.
You're right.
Very true.
Let's get the sticks.
Let's get this.
No, that'll be a segment later.
Yeah, they'll be
Later
later
on.
on in the video podcast. Unfortunately,
So,
audio viewers won't
okay.
be able to see that.
What made you guys as manly as you are now? Like what gave you your fame to manliness?
Lawnmowers.
Yep.
Yeah.
I gotta say that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lawnmowers.
Yeah.
What about you, Muscle?
The deep voice.
Oh, that's nice.
That's a nice quality.
What about you, Chuck?
Mowing.
Mowing.
Mainly mowing.
Mowing.
All the
No
things.
shirts,
He
obviously.
didn't mention the Mustangs. He didn't
Didn't even
mention
mention it.
all his
Mustang.
classic cars that he has at his
True.
house. No, he mentions the freaking import lawnmower he has.
Hey, I don't want to hear it.
that the self-propel on it's broken even.
Hey, man. Times are tough. But you know, as a man, you gotta go through it.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Exactly. Gotta do what you gotta do.
You know what I think? Okay, I think we should like totally get you guys some lavs, so that we don't have
Yeah.
to just go
Yeah.
back and forth.
I think we're working on. Remember, we're kind of like not funded.
Yeah,
very
that's
much.
true.
Yeah,
That's
very
true.
not,
We're
you
only
know.
working with 2 mics, so bear with us. It might sound like one person's like 20 feet away from us, but it's just we're working with what we got.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
This is the start of a beautiful beginning.
Why you?
What do you think's another thing that makes us all men?
Guns.
Guns.
I like guns.
Guns. We got
Guns are cool.
You know, we
Yep,
all love the Second Amendment.
Second Amendment.
The best amendment.
Yeah.
They got 'em all.
Ah.
That's all we worry about here.
Yep.
Oh, we
Yeah.
can't forget the 21st
Yep.
Amendment. Beer, drinking of alcohol. That's what makes
He's got a point there, except none of us can do that.
They don't know
Exactly.
that. They don't know.
They do know that.
Yeah,
They
we're
can
sitting in a
see
high
us.
school. They do know that.
They do know that.
The audio. Does.
Now, the next manly
gotta
thing is
shut
him
down.
breaking out of prison because he's.
Oh, that's
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
good one
yeah,
right there.
see,
That's a good one.
that's pretty
a rebel
manly.
against society. I did say that. It's a really manly
Yeah.
feature.
You know what's another manly feature?
Yeah.
Dad jokes.
Dad
Dad jokes.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes
Dad
us pretty.
bonds.
You got one for us?
I do actually. I do have a dad joke.
Why don't you share it with the
All
men?
right. Where do bad colors go?
Where?
I don't know where.
To Prism.
I like that. That is a pretty good dad joke. That's a pretty good one.
That just clicked with me. Like what that meant.
Very much so.
So not only are we
Very-
gonna be sexist and misogynistic, we're also going with racist. That's pretty. Oh.
Wait,
whoa,
wait.
whoa,
Where did the racism come from? I said bad color.
I just say dark colors.
Yeah, I
didn't
just
say
said bad
shade.
color.
When have you ever seen a white person be called a color?
When have you ever seen a black person be called a color?
It was an entire thing.
literally
in, like-
a time period of literally.
Yeah, there was an entire
segregation.
time period where it was whites versus colors.
Exactly.
Oh.
If,
You know what?
The 14th
But
Amendment
you did
protects
say,
our
when have I
culture.
seen that? I was not a part of that time,
You can't.
therefore.
You can't go back. You can't-
Exactly.
You can't try and fix what you've said. It's stuck. It's in the podcast now.
It's in the,
It's
You're
in the
screwed.
whatever.
Caught 4K.
It's not even a 4K camera.
It is now. If you believe it's 4K, it is.
Yeah, just better resolution just immediately when we
All right,
edit
let's
it.
go
Yeah,
back to
no,
the
we-
Second
we-
Amendment.
we aren't
Let's go
allowed to
back
use
on
the
the
4K
Second
camera.
Amendment. And what is our favorite type of gun?
Well, yeah. What
Ooh.
is our favorite type of gun?
Let's start with you, Muscle.
M16.
M16's pretty good.
Vietnam.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
pretty man in town.
For
What
me,
about you?
Um,
Whatever your name was,
I would
anonymous.
I would have to go with the Deagle.
Yeah, classic.
I mean, it's all right, but it's kind of basic.
Yeah, it is pretty.
It's still, you know what? Honestly, out of any handgun, it is the sexiest one.
Yeah.
Hey,
Honestly, I would have to go with the very classic 1911. 1911. That's honestly mine.
That's pretty good.
Pretty, pretty basic on the side, like the Desert Eagle is, but
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
the 1911. I feel like it's a really good gun. What about you? Jonathan?
Pump action shotgun.
Yep.
Classic, simple, easy. It's
Yeah.
nice.
I would
fun to
like
shoot.
I would like
It
the
is
lever
fun to
action.
shoot.
That would be nice to have.
I
Just,
actually
just to
saw
learn the
the
flip.
lecture.
The
I
lever
actually-
action's fun. Yeah.
I just want to learn the
I
flip.
went to a.
Bro, are you guys one of those guys that like have the posters outside your door that just say, "If you solicit me, basically, I'm just gonna pop a cap in you"?
My
No,
mom has one of
but-
those. No, my
no.
mom has one of those.
No, but my door does say protected by Second Amendment, so
I think that falls in line
it does
with
have
what-
the like ADT looking logo, and it says protected by Second Amendment.
Yeah.
God.
I do have one of those.
No, my mom has the
Have
one
we-
where it's basically just, the cops can't protect you now. I have the Second Amendment. It's like, jeez.
Well, bringing up our favorite guns, have we ever shot any of our favorite guns?
Oh yeah.
Sadly, not.
I've shot people. I mean, what?
I mean, what? No, shh. We can't tell them that. But
Gotta hide that body.
yeah.
No,
But yeah,
I
I've
have
shot quite a
not.
bit. I've shot the 1911 that I mentioned that I love. I've shot an AR. I've shot an lever action. I've shot a rifle. I've shot quite a bit. It was not even that long ago. Maybe about like the middle of summer, like the ending of summer, like in
Yeah.
the midst of there. I went to my dad's sister's house with her boyfriend, and his best friend, or my dad's best friend, also had some guns, and we brought it out there, and we shot a crap ton. Literally shot like an AA-12 like shotgun. At one point.
Jesus.
Dude, the kickback on it was wild. Like, oh my god, it was amazing. It was
Yeah, I
honestly a really good
bet.
time.
Yeah.
Hands were hurting, couldn't hear on my left ear at the time. We weren't wearing earmuffs. For some rifles, we were, but it was fun. I want to definitely do it again, and definitely would like to see if I could do it again more often. Get more familiar with the Second Amendment as well as firearms.
So for me, the only actual gun I own is an old early 1900s bolt action rifle. I have one of those where it's got the pullback kind of thing.
Did you just hit your elbow
We don't need
against
to
the
talk
thing
about that.
behind you?
Why don't you listen to my story, huh?
All right, let's listen.
You clearly, the video viewers clearly saw that. You
Well,
just hit
listen
your
to my
elbow
story.
against the.
Listen to my story.
He'll do it again.
I'm
So, yeah,
listening.
I got
let's
one
see,
of
let's go back to the
those.
story.
I have a really old. It's like almost all wood except for the barrel,
Yeah.
and it's got the bolt action on it and everything. I think it's the funnest thing to shoot. There's almost no recoil to it. It's really nice.
I mean, it sounds like a fun gun to shoot.
It is.
It does sound like a fun gun to shoot.
But yeah, I wasn't much of the gun kind of guy growing up. I mean, I have favorite guns, but I'm not the type of gun guy. I'm more into knives and swords.
Okay.
And so I got and brass knuckles.
Okay.
I've,
Physical, close quarters combat.
I don't have any brass knuckles because brass knuckles are illegal, so I
can't have
don't
those.
have any.
Don't have any of
But I do have plenty of swords and knives and a few pairs of nunchucks that I know how to use. So
I don't think that's as manly as guns. Frankly.
no,
I
you don't
it's as
think
manly as
walking up
guns.
and slashing someone with a sword is as manly as standing in the back and shooting them?
Yes. Because you can just imagine
you don't
some
think getting
dope
up close
walking
and
up to you.
personal?
Imagine some dope walking up to you with a sword and just being like, "This is your final breath," and be like, "Okay, pow."
that 1 second.
You don't
just
think
there.
being up close and personal is as manly as standing as far away as possible?
Imagine just standing far away, taking one shot, and then just walking away without saying a single word. That is the manliest thing in the world.
That's
Is it
Instead
though?
of just being like, "I'm gonna stab you. I'm gonna cut you in half. You better watch
Well,
out."
who says you have to say anything when you go to slice them?
Well, how do you?
But that's boring.
Yeah.
How?
Imagine just being like,
It's
slice, slice,
You think
slice.
that's boring? Samurai have been able to slash down thousands of men in one standing.
Well, yeah.
But that's samurais. This is
You know
That's
how manly that
samurais.
is?
You're a what? A 17-year-old kid from Oklahoma. You're not a samurai.
Okay, let's try
One can
this.
dream,
Okay,
all right?
let's
One
get
can
a
dream.
gun and a sword. Okay, and let's actually watch them fight and see who wins.
We could do that.
man.
I've got a gun. Let's shoot the sword.
Shoot the sword.
Let's see if we're good with the quick draw. You know, just cut the bullet.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, we
cut the
can.
bu-
Oh, we
cut the
can. I could cut a bullet with a butter knife.
Oh, okay.
I could do
Like
it.
one of the little plastic IKEA ones.
No, like a metal one from your cabinet. I could do it.
I thought you meant like one of the little kid, like little tykes. ones you're gonna pull it out.
That's what you sound like.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Let's go back to muscle. Have you shot any of your guns that you like?
You know, I shot like a couple skeet like on my grandparents' farm. So, but like, I've done a shotgun. I've done a couple pistols. I can't remember the exact exact ones they were, but no. yeah, it was pretty fun. So, but
Yeah.
I only hit like 2.
Yeah. No, yeah, clay pigeon shooting is always fun. So
Yeah.
I definitely feel like that would be a lot harder than a still target, though. I definitely feel like you
it's
have
pretty
to have
hard, but
accuracy.
it's all about timing,
True.
Mm-hmm.
and it's fun. I like skeet shooting.
I do too.
So
Cars.
cars, yeah,
Cars.
Okay. Cars is a good topic.
I like cars.
I like cars.
I have I used to have a gray Fox Buddy Mustang 1984 SVO. Unfortunately, when we got it from the guy, it was 180 out, and the timing was wrong with it. So there were several problems. And
That's not good.
not only that,
That's not
he put a spacer on only one wheel on the back.
What?
On the back right wheel, there's a spacer that holds it, and with that spacer being there, it ripped. It kept tearing the tire up and rubber. And when we saw that,
Why?
we were like, "Why would he want this? Why? Like,
Yeah, why?
What's the purpose of this?"
Who would actually ever want that?
I don't know. It
That's-
didn't make any sense to us, to me and my dad. So when we got it and when we fixed it all up, we got it. It was going great. And then all of a sudden, we were driving down the road one time, and then oil just spat over all of the engine, all over.
no.
It. Smoking. Literally had to pull over immediately. It was all bad. Had to have his
Oh
friend pick us up.
man.
It was not good. It was honestly sad to see. And oh my god, not even that. The worst part is when you literally take off literally had to take off the dash inside the car and literally take it all off and literally do the worst thing you could do to the Mustang: expose all the wiring.
Oh,
The wiring was
no.
chewed off. It wasn't even ripped; it was chewed off.
Oh shit! Was there
What?
like a rat in the engine or something?
I'm assuming so, because the guy that we picked it up from, like, it barely even ran when we got it. Like, the only time,
Bro.
the only driving we ever did to it was that when it would work, and that was down the highway right
So
before the oil.
turbo, but as a rat.
You talking about hit movie Turbo from DreamWorks?
Yeah, the one with Ryan Reynolds, of
Oh
course.
my gosh!
Wait, he was
Wow.
Yeah, he was Turbo the Snail.
Yeah.
Turbo.
You didn't know that?
I had no clue that was Turbo.
That song about the snail is fast. What? The snail
So-
is fast.
Okay. I drive a 2008 Hummer H3, and it's a nice car. And like, okay, I got that car for my 16th birthday. Piss off, Jin. Piss off.
That is the only response to an H3. I'm sorry.
And, well, hey, what did you expect for me to have an H2? It's just
An H1 is honestly my number
no,
one favorite.
no. The H2 is the best one because it looks the nicest and it doesn't like.
Bro, it has the back row seat. If you want the third row, the seat makes an L shape. All
Yeah, I
right, there's
guess you're right.
nothing nice about that.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But
is a vibe.
anyways, I got that for my 16th birthday, and I was like, why did you guys? My grandparents got it for me for my 16th birthday, and I was like, why did you guys give me this? Like such like an actually somewhat nice car. I was like, you didn't need to spoil me. Like I could have just taken a normal car. And then I found out why. It's because that thing takes a beating. You could literally hit it with a bat and it wouldn't do anything. It'd just leave a scratch. Literally. Okay.
What year is it?
2008.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a 2008 Hummer H3. Sadly, though, I got to get it repaired because I wrecked it. Well, I didn't wreck it. I drove it into a ditch by accident.
Oh, okay.
It was the weekend of my birthday, and I was taking my Hummer down with me and my friends, and my grandpa, he owns the land, so we decided to go down there for the weekend. On the way down there, though, they had forgotten to mention to me that it had rained. And it was 7 o'clock at night. It was pitch black because it's in the middle of the woods,
no.
so you can't even see.
It's literally in the sticks. That's not good.
Yeah, so it's
Is
like
it 4x or all wheel?
It's all wheel drive all the
Alright.
time. Never 2-wheel. It's
Right.
always 4-wheel drive.
Well, that's all wheel then. All right.
Yeah. So, they had forgotten to mention to me that it had rained apparently, like a short burst of rain, but it was enough to make the roads muddy.
Yeah.
And they did not they were like going to mention it to me, but they never told me that it had rained. So we're getting down there, and I'll admit I was going a little faster than I should have been.
I was only going a little fast. I was
No,
only
I was going
topping
like
out
I was
120. It
No.
was only a little fast. Only a little
Topping
bit
out at
faster than I should have been. Only a
no,
little bit.
I was going like 40 miles an hour, but it's still like dirt roads and stuff. So
Yeah. No,
So it's just-
no real traction, everything.
Yeah.
One quick turn could end it all.
oh yeah, so that started to happen. I'm driving and I could feel my car start to drift, and I'm like, oh shoot. And so what did I do? I made the worst decision in the world.
You slammed the brakes,
I
didn't
hit the
you?
brakes. I hit the brakes. It was one of those like it was one of those fight or flight things. And usually, if you're doing something, like you hit the brakes, and I got scared, and I was like, time to hit the brakes. And I hit the brakes, and our car went sideways.
Oh no.
So our car was going
pulling at
straight
an
down the
initial
road,
beat
and
right
then all of a sudden, the car's going at a 45-degree angle.
Pulling an initial D moment right there.
And so luckily it didn't like actually crash, but we did drive off into a ditch, and we hit like a small little riverbank. It was not even a riverbank. It was like a runoff, bank. And we hit it right in there. My car was stuck in the mud. Literally got no damage on the outside.
So then
Literally
what's wrong
the-
with it that needs to be repaired?
What's the
Oh, I need I think I need an oil change. I need to get the seat belts fixed. I need new airbags.
The airbags went off?
Oh yeah, the airbag, the rail
Oh,
airbags.
the side ones.
Not the
Gotcha.
front airbag, the side rails. So those
Gotcha.
ones, if you were to look in my car right now, you'll just see like little tufts of airbags sticking out of the side of my cars because those went off, and I haven't gotten them replaced yet because I don't have the money. And then I also need my seatbelts fixed, so they're just kind of permanently stuck. This is a confession to all the cops in the Oklahoma area. I am not currently wearing my seatbelt.
You ever see him? Just know the story of what happened.
Yeah, now you know.
He's easy pickings now, guys.
Yeah,
Easy
but I
pickings.
will admit I do wear it, even though it's it's not snug. It's just kind of laying there, but it makes me feel safe. So it's something.
So you tore up the whole seatbelt system by doing it?
No, it's okay. So what happened was when we crashed, when your seatbelts lock up.
Yeah. The brakes make it lock
locked
up.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened. Is in emergency protocol, they lock themselves up.
Right.
I can't get those fixed unless I take it into the shop.
So it's permanently like locked up into that one.
Pretty much.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
They're stuck like that, right?
Makes a bit more sense.
I don't know if you can get them fixed if like the commenters could, or like if someone could like explain that, but like
You probably just have to take it to a Hummer dealer. They could probably
there are no Hummer dealers. Hummer's out of business. They got bought out by GMC.
Then take it to a GMC or Chevy dealer.
Yeah.
You'd have to take it there then, because then they would be a certified Hummer.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess you're right.
That'd be the best bet.
What about you, Muscle? You got any car stories?
Not really. I just drive a 2014 Nissan Sentra, and that's about it. I really haven't done much. I actually drive normally, so.
I mean, hey,
There you go.
good guy on the road. What about you?
I currently do not have a car,
Oh.
but I have plenty of Polaris Razors. So I have 2 Razors and an RS1 that I do a lot of off-road racing with. So I do have an RS1 story of mine.
Oh,
okay.
That works. That works.
So it was
Similar.
a fresh morning on not the latest one, but a year ago. Memorial Day weekend, I decided to go out for a ride. I hopped in my RS1, which is like a Razor, but it's a 1-seater. So you sit right in the center of it, and it's performance built and everything. I
Yeah.
put a lot of time and money into it to get it fully, what's called, like it's at a stage 3, the brain is. So
Yeah.
if I bring it up to stage 4, it has to run racing fuel. So I'm literally pushing all the horsepower I can out of it right now,
Without having to switch
without
systems.
having to go up to the next performance base, which it would be such a pain. But so I was going out, and I decided, because I'm with a couple buddies, and I was like, hey, you know what? Let's do donuts.
Uh-oh.
And so
Anytime.
the area I'm in, we're in Purcell.
Anytime
So
donuts
we're
happen,
in
it's never
Purcell
good.
off of the Canadian River. And so that's all sand. It's all sand. Everyone knows that you got to be careful with the sand because the second you turn, that wheel can get bit just like that and it'll
Yep.
roll you over.
Yep.
It was the funniest thing. I started doing my donuts, looked badass, and then that wheel bit.
Oh.
And I rolled. Now, luckily, I put a lot into my roll cage.
Oh, okay.
So, like, this thing looks awesome with its roll cage and everything.
You'll have to show us.
Oh, yeah, you'll have to show
Well,
us
you've
the
seen
thing.
it.
Oh, yeah, the red
You've
one?
seen it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, I've seen it driving through his neighborhood because my mom lives there. So I've seen it every once in a while. It's pretty nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's the one I rolled. It was the roll cage didn't get damaged or anything. I think the most damage is a scratch on the powder coat.
Okay.
So that's
not too
really
bad.
all there is.
Not too bad.
And so I rolled it. And then the last time I took it out, I'm actually really irritated about.
Yeah. Is this your
Because-
brother?
Yes, my
Yeah.
brother's story. So
I was about to I was about to segue into that.
I just installed a performance clutch on it.
Oh.
A performance racing clutch because I've started getting into drag racing.
I've heard the story before, but I haven't heard like the detailed story before.
Yes. So I just installed a performance racing clutch on it, and I was like, I shouldn't take it through the water because it's just not made for it now.
How much does that cost?
It ran me about 2,000.
Oh God, that's a hefty
No,
penny.
but
It's a
this,
hefty fine.
yeah. So it ran me about 2,000. I had just finished installing it and was taking it out for the weekend. My brother has a Turbo S that he thought because he could take his across the water, mine can go.
Oh,
Now, the Turbo S, a stock Turbo S with a dynamic suspension, sits up a lot higher than my RS1
Yeah.
with a lowered suspension
Yep.
for racing.
Yeah,
So
lower to the ground so
we're
you get
going.
that wind resistance
We're down there by the river, and he's like, "Hey, mine made it across, so can yours." I was like, "I don't think so. I'm not taking mine across." He's like, "Well, then I'll do it then." I was like, "You do it. You're paying for it." So he took it across, and the belt, what's it called? So you have your belt box, right?
yeah.
The drain plug for the belt box came off.
No.
That's the first issue.
Oh no.
The second issue, as he was going, he hit the one spot in the river. The one spot that made that thing go like this. That whole rear end just went under. And he didn't put it in four-wheel drive before he left.
Why didn't he put it in four-wheel drive?
I couldn't tell you. He just didn't think about it. So he didn't put it in four-wheel. You gotta push the button.
Yeah, I was like, trying to think of it.
So he didn't put it in four-wheel drive. So he was in
Stupid move,
two-wheel
stupid
drive. It's got rear wheels, so all right.
Okay.
He goes and he gets it stuck. What does he do? The thing everyone should do when you get your thing stuck in either water or mud: slam on the gas. Never let that engine die.
Yeah.
So he's going, he slams on the gas, and it gets buried deeper because the front
Yeah.
wheels aren't spinning, only the back ones are.
Oh God.
And so I'm just watching as I'm seeing it sink lower and lower in the rear end. I'm like, just stop, please, just stop.
It hits off the gas and
It's
it just
like a
cuts
Titanic.
off.
Yes. And I'm like, just put it in neutral. Just put it in neutral, please. He goes to put it in neutral, and it kills the engine.
Oh.
Like, son of a. So I'm sitting there. The winch I have on my 850 is broken right now because the solenoid is just stripped.
Oh,
So we don't have a winch. We're stuck in the river. And this thing, I kid you not, the wheels on it, I believe, are 36s. I have 36 wheels on it.
Oh God.
And these wheels are fully buried in sand.
Oh my God.
Yes.
And those are some big wheels.
Yes,
too.
they are.
Yeah.
These are big wheels that are fully buried, fully submerged in the sand.
Oh no.
And so luckily there's a
Sad to
couple of
hear.
guys that are sitting across the river that see this happen. So they come over and they got the winches.
Oh, thank God.
Clutch.
And it took about 10 of us. We had to rock it back and forth just to get it to lift up out of the sand
Oh my God.
and pull the sucker out.
Dang.
And so first issue there is that the drain plug was off, so water went right into the belt box. And so that makes the belt start to slip.
Yep.
Secondly, now that the engine was killed, once you kill the engine, the exhaust sucks in air, and so
Oh.
it sucks in water and sand. So now the whole engine is filled with water and sand.
So now, can that be cleaned out, or does that just have to be replaced?
You have to clean it out unless you want to buy a whole new engine, and I put too much into this engine to buy a
Yeah.
whole
Yeah,
new one.
sounds it, yeah.
So
Oh God.
I'm sitting there. I'm just not talking to no one. I'm just so mad. I grab my tools. Once I get back to the camp, grab my tools, go underneath, and start to do the oil drain. Because you need to get that oil out of there.
Right.
The second I go get that drain plug off, straight water. There's just straight water coming out of the oil drain. I was so pissed.
Yeah, I would be too.
Yeah,
Cause
same, dude. Like, especially when it's like your bigger brother, and he's like, "No, don't worry, I got this. I've done this 1,000 times," and then he just fails that one time. It looks like looks like an idiot. Oh, dude,
like
that's
you
always
dope,
sad.
you screwed this up.
Yep.
know, right?
So it's just water pouring out for a straight 2 minutes. Just water. And then it finally turns to oil.
Ah.
Sadness.
And for maybe 3 gallons of water, there was about a quart of oil.
Oh, that's awful.
So
oh my God.
I sat there, just let it drain. It's a good thing I have Raptors because then I still had something to ride.
Yeah.
Right.
And I love my Raptors. I have this blue one called One-Eyed Jack. There's an issue. He kind of runs a little rich.
Oh.
So every time I throw down on the throttle, he shoots fire out the tailpipe.
Oh,
So it's
nice.
so awesome. It is so awesome. It tops out at
Flames.
about 97.
Jeez. Wow.
I've never got it that fast. I don't think I've gone past 5th gear.
Really?
Yeah, I've used it for drag racing and everything. I've done an 8th with it, and I've never gone past 5th gear.
Right. Oh, that's lovely. The nice little bell.
Well, we can keep filming.
Yeah, we're still
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, class is over. Oh well. But
Running in the 4th, baby. Running in the 4th.
hey, we'll run. I'll explain to my teacher.
Yep.
I'll explain.
Yeah.
So, I got a topic for you guys,
Okay.
and it kind
Let's
of
hear it.
it kind of goes back to guns. Hunting. How do you guys feel about hunting?
I like hunting.
I'm going to say it just because that way we can get my lines out of the way. I've never gone hunting. Always
fine.
wanted to. I've always wanted to go hunting.
Same.
Never done it though.
Yeah.
Honestly, same. I'm with them on this one.
Now,
I haven't
one
ever
thing
actually been
I
hunting.
do have fun doing is noodling.
Yeah,
I
catfish
do
noodling is
a
fun.
lot of noodling. I
That's a big
remember-
thing in Oklahoma.
I remember the
Yeah.
one competition I went to. It looked like the guy that won. He looked like Viking Blake Shelton.
Oh.
It was the scariest thing I'd ever seen. The man brought in an 85-pound catfish.
Oh,
What?
Yeah, no, I honestly thought he just punched the ground and the catfish flew up and he caught it midair. That was honestly my thought of how he caught that fish. I couldn't.
Wow. 85 pounds? That's a big catfish.
Yeah, compared
a
to my
heavy
45, he
We did, I mean,
double, Joe.
I mean,
I have a pond, or like a small lake out back of my house right now, and nobody goes fishing in it, and so there's just these like big catfish in there, but they only get up to like 40. So like that's as big as they go, but like to hear that an 80, that's like
Where was
wow.
where was this competition? Do you know of?
this competition was near Jones.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a teams of 3, $100, and top prize was I think a few thousand.
Oh,
Did
There
he
was
get the
there was
top
that
prize?
many. Yeah, he got the
Oh,
top
yeah.
prize. It was teams of 3, so his whole team got the top prize, and there's that many competitors trying to do it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, wait, real quick. Yeah, I have a quiz next hour, so I'm probably gonna have to.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll,
alright.
we'll
No,
continue
it's
it.
Yeah.
All right, then everyone say goodbye to Brendan. Everyone
Say
say
goodbye
goodbye
to
It's
I'll
muscle.
bleep it out. I'll bleep it
muscle.
out. I'll bleep
Muscle.
it out. Everyone
Yeah,
say
that's
goodbye
fine.
to Muscle.
Say goodbye to Muscle,
Bye,
guys.
Muscle. You gotta
He's
go.
got to go do a
What?
quiz. That
That way we
sucks.
can do
Oh
like
well.
a Mr. Bean leave.
No, no,
So we can
no, no. Just pull.
Oh well.
Do like
No, no.
do like the Blues Clues leave thing. Just look at him, just wave
That's
bye.
the outro.
Say goodbye, guys. See you later. Bye. Good luck on that quiz.
This is great.
That's fine.
Yep.
Understandable.
But yeah, I do have a nice hunting story. that just came to
Oh.
mind.
Let's hear about
Let's
it.
hear that. Yeah.
It was the time I got my first buck.
Ooh. These are always good stories.
Yeah, I mean, everyone growing up, if you've ever gone hunting before, you always remember your first buck. You always remember it, but mine was really
It's like-
special.
It's like the first kiss, basically.
Oh yeah, it's basically like your first kiss, but it's like a lot more memorable because ew, girls, ew, gross. But basically,
So guttural.
that was dumb.
That was not. That's what it is. Anyway,
But
Go ahead.
before you begin, what did you use? Like what?
I think it was I can't remember. I think it was just a 22.
Oh, okay.
So
Typically,
yeah.
when you do go hunting for bucks, it's always like memorable if you don't use a bow first because it's a lot
Oh,
more
yeah.
harder and it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
as easy just to pick it up. But anyways,
yeah, no, bow hunting is always fun, but
Yeah.
no, my first like actual buck I've gotten was with a 22. He was a pretty good size. I'd say he was like a teen. Oh hey.
what's up?
You're in the shot. Keys.
Oh.
Keys are right behind you, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you need those?
That's our manager. Don't worry about it.
Bye.
Bye, manager. Bye.
Have fun.
Special
Bring
guest,
me back a souvenir.
Mr. Hawkins.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I remember, it was just me. My grandpa, he owns like 1,000 acres of land, and it's all hunting land.
Right.
I mean, some of it's used for like crops, for like hay and stuff, but for the most part, it's mostly used for hunting land. And so he has like two areas mainly. He's got his top area, which is like on top of a hill, and then he's got this lower area, which it's like a steep hill you got to drive down. I was hunting up on the top area where it's all flat. It's just nothing but flat. And so I'm sitting in this really tall blind, and it's like it's covered. It's mostly meant for like coyote or like hog, but you could still use it for like deer and stuff. It was just a really covered deer blind, just sitting out in the open, but like up against the tree line. So I'm sitting there, and I remember at the time I was watching, because I never got around to watching. I was watching The Walking Dead. I was watching The Walking Dead while I was hunting, because I was just like, what else do you watch?
Yeah,
I'm bored.
You got a point there.
And so every once in a while, I'd be watching The Walking Dead, and I'd look up, and I'd look back down, I'd look back up. But this one time, I looked up, and I'm pretty sure we still can't decide if it's a 7-point or an 8-point, because there's that weird thing with like the antlers where it's like it has to be an inch long in order to count it as a point. But we can't tell how long it is. I mean, I can go back and measure it again, but like,
Why take it away from yourself, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
we
why
just call it an 8-point. So it's a pretty nice looking 8-point. I see him walking by, and I just keep The Walking Dead playing. I just keep it playing, but I just tilt it down so I can just focus on him. And he's walking across this field, and he's walking real slowly. And if you've ever gone hunting, there's always that heart-stopping feeling where you're like, I gotta get the gun. I gotta get the gun. So I reach for it, and you have to be as quiet as possible, because those guys they'll move for the quickest, and just tree branch. They'll just run.
Yeah.
So you have to be as quiet as possible. So I pick up the gun, and I have it poked out of this window, but the windows are weird because they're like, you pull on a cord and the window like lifts up.
Right. I've seen
Instead of just sliding up,
I've
it just
seen the
lifts.
hunting box windows. Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet that's probably like if you like did that too fast, definitely noise. He'd be
Oh yeah. If you did it too fast, like I almost screwed it up because as I was lifting it, it hit the tip of my gun and it made a little tink. I was like,
Oh no.
please don't run. Please don't run. So I pull it up. Luckily, he didn't run. He just kind of like stopped for a second. So I lifted it up the rest of the way and I locked it. I locked the rope in place. I grab my gun. I think I'm just using a 22, and I just have him pointed down my sight. And this was around the time where I was just getting started. Not like just getting started, but like I was used to hunting, but I never buck. So this is like, it's my first buck. I'm
It's
nervous.
different game.
I'm like, don't screw this up. And so I have him down my side. For the people who don't like hunting, sorry. Oh well.
This is men. This is what men.
This
do.
is what men do.
This is
So-
a manly thing. So if you're a little vegan pansy, no hunting, animal rights activist, you shouldn't have been watching this.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
you've wasted
What
your
did,
time.
what did you expect?
We'll keep a little disclaimer at the beginning, but
Yeah, we'll
basically,
put it up.
yeah. So okay, back to this. I have him locked in on my sight, and but the problem is he's still moving. He's got his butt turned to me, so I can't even take the shot.
Animal shot.
Yeah, I couldn't do anything. Well, I couldn't do anything because you usually want to wait for them to like face like their
No,
chest
if you don't-
towards you.
Okay, I was just about to ask if you don't mind me interrupting you. Where on the buck do you shoot? Are you supposed to shoot at? Because
Just like right here, just like right under the shoulder.
do you know why not heads?
Oh yeah. Well, if you shoot for the head, then it's like you can't get that trophy.
Yeah.
No?
It just,
Yeah,
if
because
you
it,
shoot for
it
the head,
splatters the head.
Yeah,
Oh,
it destroys
gotcha.
that trophy
Yeah.
for when you do get that point.
Got it.
Because you can
Alright.
cut off the head and put it on a wall.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
call it first buck.
I mean, I've always wondered why I've seen all these bucks and I've never seen one of them get shot in the head.
Yeah.
I've never seen one with like a headshot marking on it. Or
Well, because
anything.
it's mainly just because headshots are cruel
Yeah.
and inhumane. It's like, why would you
But-
go for a headshot when you could just easily go for the heart?
True.
So it's like,
Sure, it may be like instantaneous if you do go for the headshot, but like we said, like you destroy the trophy. It
Yeah.
basically like kinds of ruins. it.
Gotcha.
and by the way, I'm one of those hunters that actually eats the meat. We don't just like do it just for fun.
Oh
Yeah,
man, venison
no.
is so good.
Oh God, venison's really. But anyways, back to the story. So I have him locked in on my sight, and
His
he's
butt's
like,
towards you, basically.
yeah, his butt is facing towards me, so I'm waiting for him to turn around, so his entire side view is facing me. And finally, I'm still just listening to The Walking Dead. I'm not watching it. I'm just listening to it
Got
because
the AirPods in right now.
yeah. And so he finally turns, and I got him locked in right there. And I just hold my breath. And I just very lightly pull the trigger. And bam! He drops instantly. And as soon as you know, if they run off for a little bit, it's probably like a lung shot or you miss something. But if they drop instantly, it's a heart shot. You got the
Yeah.
kill.
Yeah,
They're
you-
down.
Yeah.
So my grandpa was hunting at the same time. He was also waiting to get a buck because it's buck season. So I tell him, hey, I got one. He's like, you serious? I'm like, yeah, for real, dead. Like, he's down. He's gone. He's like, well, just stay by just in case he gets up and moves. I'm like, dude, I'm dead serious. He's not getting up. He dropped instantly. He's not getting up. Like, I can tell from here. But he says, I'll be back here in like 20 minutes because he's got to drive back up. He's got to pack all his stuff and come back up. So,
Gotta load up the buck.
yeah, he packs up his stuff and he comes up here, and I get down out of the blind, and I'm walking over to him, and it's when you're out in the wilderness, it's gross, but you gotta gut them.
I was to say, is there any like gutting or like
Oh, yeah, you
throat
gotta
slitting
gut
you got to do? Because I know like if you're hunting the boars and stuff, you got to cut their throat to drain the blood.
Yeah.
I-
Here's the thing: is that we gutted him, but we also wanted to check the damage just to see like what happened.
Evaluation.
His heart exploded.
Oh my god.
And I have a picture of it because it's just
Oh.
it's insane. I won't show it to them, but it's one of those where it's like this, you don't care.
Irrelevant.
That's irrelevant. But basically, I have a photo. There it is. So this, I'm not gonna show it to them, but basically just look at that.
Oh boy, look at that.
Yeah,
Dude.
Oh man.
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's his heart. It quite literally exploded.
Jeez.
And my grandpa just looked at me and was like, "Oh yeah, you were right. You killed him." It was like, "Yeah, I told
Drop
you.
one.
I dropped him instantly. It was a heart shot, and it exploded." But yeah, that was my first time.
Did you use combustion bullet?
It just sunk into him. He's like,
anti-material rifles.
No.
it just gets shot into him. He's like, "Huh, what is that?" Boom. Oh.
He pulled like a peacekeeper from the Suicide Squad movie. It's just a combustion bullet when it shows off. Ugh.
Oh no. But yeah, that was my first time getting a
Jeez.
buck, and I was just like, wow. So not only did I get the trophy for it, but I also exploded his heart,
Yeah.
which is kind of insane.
That's
So I was like,
crazy.
wow, like that's a kill shot. That's
That's definitely killer. I don't think anything could really survive that.
oh yeah, no.
No.
But yeah, that's. I hope no one else was disturbed by that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's we gotta get to the nitty and gritty of
we
it.
got to
man.
get to the nitty gritty of it.
All right. Well, I think it's about time we start wrapping the show up.
Yeah.
So we will be filming this once a week. Probably on Wednesdays for the most part. Next week we will be having a surprise visitor, so keep that in mind if you want to stay tuned.
Yeah.
And well, if you go to Santa Fe, you know who we are. If you're watching this, if you're the audio viewers, then suck it.
Yeah, suck it.
Listen to the voice and figure us out, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Thanks.
yeah,
Now-
thanks for.
One more question, just because we are seniors here. We're all three seniors.
Yeah.
And Brendan is too.
Yeah,
Muscles,
he's gone now.
muscle.
Or
He'll be
I
back
gotta-
next
gotta
episode.
blur that out now. Muscles.
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 So, do you guys ever get asked about senioritis? I'm so annoyed about being asked about senioritis.
What even is that?
What is senioritis?
You guys
What is
haven't been
senior-
asked about
Sounds
it?
like
No.
a virus.
I get asked about it like once a day. They're like, "Hey, do you guys have senioritis? Do you have senioritis?"
I don't even know what that
Could
is.
you-
I
Elaborate on
guess
what that
so. Senioritis, at least from what I've heard, is when you've reached a point of high school as a senior where you really do not care anymore.
Oh.
Like you do not care
Oh.
whether or not you
Oh.
pass or fail. And so I was like, man, I have had senioritis since middle school then.
True.
I don't even understand what you're asking me here.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I am so annoyed. So to all you viewers out there, stop asking me about senioritis. I'm overhearing about it. I swear. This is to everyone right here. Yes, I've had senioritis. I'm so over being asked about it.
God.
But to answer that, yeah, I'm definitely on board. I'm definitely feel like I have that senioritis. I feel like I've definitely had that since middle school or in like early elementary because I never really understood the point of it. So like, why would you care? I mean, I guess to learn and everything, but I feel like the way that teaching has begun has been very shifted from the focus of it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say I've been affected by senioritis. Because, I mean, first of all, I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, this is my first time ever.
Yeah, this is my first time ever hearing about
Why the hell am
senioritis.
I the only one getting asked this question?
I don't know, man. You look like you look.
I don't understand.
It's the beard, man. It's definitely.
It's
got
the
a
beard. I don't even have my beard
I
right
have
now.
more of a beard than he does.
I
Yeah,
know.
I'm
I
not
don't
even
know, man.
growing my beard
I don't-
right now.
I don't know.
But no, I mean, I felt that sort of just like, I don't care, but it's more so just like, I don't care. I'm going to do my work and just leave.
Yeah. Just be happy. to be
Instead
done.
of that, like, I don't care about school at all. It's just, I don't care.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't call it senioritis. It's just, I'm sort of just not cheating, just working ahead of everyone else.
Yeah. Oh,
One more topic before we go.
Okay.
Let's just talk about how pansy and freakishly unmanly this year's freshmen are.
Oh my God.
Have you seen? I was walking.
No offense, freshman, but
No,
kind of take
major
offense.
Major
Yeah, yeah.
offense here. You guys
these are
just.
shots fired at you.
Yes, you guys are just.
You guys suck. But
Honestly?
I mean, every senior says that about the freshmen every
No,
year. But
I
this
was
year,
walking
it's
down
like,
the street. Not this morning. A few mornings ago, to go get my 10 energy drinks for a heart attack a day.
Yep.
your
And
10 venoms.
no,
that's 10
actually I
Venoms.
drink about 3 of these a day.
That's so bad for
Yeah,
you.
it is.
That's
but
not very good, man. We gotta switch to
I
some gamer
mean-
subs for you. But anyways,
so I was walking down the street, and right in front of the school, I see these freshmen. I kid you not, they looked like third graders.
Yeah.
I was so
I know exactly what you're talking
confused.
about.
They
I-
just all of them look too young to be walking around here.
Right. They're so short. I don't get it. I mean, sure,
Not
they'll
even
get,
the
they'll
short,
get their.
just the facial complex and everything is just too young to be here.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I remember I was in
Baby,
the.
a lot of baby faces. With
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of baby
I
face
mean,
freshmen
even,
here.
Even as my year as a freshman, I was starting to have facial hair and stuff.
Oh,
These
yeah.
guys
Same.
don't have anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe like cat
freshman
whiskers and
year,
everything, but it was
I
there.
could grow a beard in freshman year.
Oh, yeah.
I was growing a beard in middle school almost.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just we have so much testosterone that we stole it from the freshmen.
we just casually just steal it.
drained them of all their testosterone.
I wouldn't.
maybe,
I
or
mean, sure, but like I do know exactly what you mean. I had to use the bathroom once, and I was using the D Hall bathroom. I remember I walked in, and there was a kid using. I mean, he was using the short people urinal. I was like.
The one that
How?
hangs down really low.
You know what?
Yeah, and he wasn't even a short person. He was literally that small that I was just like, you're too young to be here at this school.
Like, yo,
maybe it
what
was
did
like
you
a
do?
dominance thing. Maybe he felt more dominant using the shorter person one.
He's like, there's no midgets here. We're gonna just use the short people urinal just because.
He might be he might be an intellectual pulling a power move, man.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe.
Do you want to know something I don't get though? Why do all the freshmen run? Do you know what I mean? Like, why do there's always this one freshman? I'm not gonna call him out, but like, technically, no names, but basically, he always runs down the hallway.
There's always
Like
been
Naruto
like
running or like
So
just
okay,
no, just
basically,
running in general,
no. This kid, I want you to picture Naruto running, but instead of like the arms being behind you, he's just got stuff in his hands. So he's always just kind of bent over in this like I'm about to bolt down this hallway position.
You know what's the funnier ones? Are the kids that walk around with their Chromebooks open.
Yes.
I think those
Oh,
are the
those are
funniest
so
ones.
funny.
Because
It's like, what are you gonna do, Einstein? Write your paper in the hallway?
no,
Go
it's
to your
about
next
taxes
class.
on my way to
because they're like
4,000.
watching videos or something,
Oh
or
yeah,
listening to music on their
they're like
freaking
somehow
Chromebooks, and it's
hacked
funny.
into cool math games or something.
And they just got their Chromebooks out
R.I.P.
while they're
cool math
walking
games.
down the halls. I think it's the funniest thing.
It's so funny,
Yeah.
but just I don't get it.
Nope.
I don't think we'll ever will. We're starting to hit that age where like the younger generation just baffles us.
Oh god, no, I like for real. I feel like I'm at the point where like I feel like I shouldn't be saying what is wrong with the kids of today.
Yeah, I honestly like when I was growing up and everything and becoming a senior and everything. I start to look back on the generation I was in, and I'm like, I don't think I belong here. Like honestly,
No.
it doesn't. I feel
Yeah.
like an outsider, like an outcast, if I don't get some of these references or like jokes or like if I don't listen to
Yeah.
some of the music. So then I'm just like, what is wrong with you?
the music these days is horrible. I'm just
Oh
saying.
yeah,
I'm,
and then you have these freshmen that come up to you and be like, "Yeah, I'm listening to the new album by like Castro Balanci," and be like, "Who the hell is that?"
Yeah.
You don't
that
know
a-
who
is-
Castro
is that a-
Balanci is?
Bro, is that like Picasso? Is he a painter, dude? What's going on?
Yeah, it's like, who are you talking about? Like, who are these 16th century people you're talking about? I've
SoundCloud
never heard
rappers,
of these
mumble
people.
rappers. Okay.
Yeah. Oh
or
God,
there's
can we?
this one kid.
God.
We
now,
gotta end it
I'm,
here,
I'm
though.
shorter
What-
than most people. No, I got one more to tell.
One more,
About
Alright,
one
about
more,
the
one
running
more,
final.
It's
one
a-
more, and then we're done.
It's about the running thing that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm shorter than most people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I accept that.
Yes.
I have not grown since middle school.
Yes.
I have stayed at
Honestly,
the
same.
same height.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Shortest
so
in my family as
I'm
well.
5'4", just gonna shout that out right now. 5'4", short male gang. Yeah.
Short male gang. Short male gang.
Short alpha males. Let's go.
Gross. That's gross.
So.
Oh, dude. I don't say
All
right.
So, and there's always those students. I don't even know if he's a freshman or not, but there's always those students that look like they snort HGH every morning. I mean, there's always those students. There's always the ones that walk
Why do I
around
know what
looking
you're
like
talking
Siren
about?
Head. There's always ones that look like Siren Head just walking through the halls.
Oh my god.
And
Oh
so
my God.
Shots
there's
fired
this
at you
one.
freshman that
There's this one, and
Oh
I
my
don't,
God.
I don't know who he is. I don't know why he does this. I don't even know if he's on the basketball team, if even. But I'll go walking down the halls, and all of a sudden, this kid will do like this basketball juke right in front of me. I don't even know who he is. I don't know where.
He's
I
got a
don't know
bone to
anything
pick with
about
you.
him. Yeah.
He's
It is
he's
like
on-
he is trying to start something.
You're apparently on his list for
know, right?
something.
Yeah.
He looked
and
at
this
you that one day
this
and was
dude
like,
is like
"This guy."
6'4".
What?
Yeah, and he just does this right in front of me.
Is he a freshman?
I don't know. I don't know who he is. I don't know anything about him. I don't even know why he does it to me.
Oh
I
my
don't see
God.
him do it to any. I don't see him do it to anyone else. But he'll go running down the hallway, and then he'll see me, and he'll do this stupid little basketball juke to go to the side.
You should do it to him one of these days. So you just run
Just
into
juke
him.
right in front of him when he jukes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just stop.
It'd be funny.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Or no, when he does it, because he's doing his basketball moves, I should do a wrestling move on him and do like a jerk.
Just suplex him right there.
Exactly.
Just catch him as soon as he dashes to the right. You suplex him right.
WWE asshole.
Dude. We're gonna cut that out.
All right, then. Well, Hot Pants, we got to cut this one off right here.
This is
We'll
the end
see
of
you
it right
next
here.
week. And like I said, stay tuned. We do have a surprise guest for us next week. And you know what? Don't look at the women's podcast. There is a women's podcast that counter ours, but we
There
haven't
are
even seen
rivals.
it, and we can tell you they're not as funny as us.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
Not
as
as
funny.
relatable, not as intense, not as something you will love.
Yeah. So basically, we're gonna go watch it and just make sure that they're not as funny as us.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
exactly
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
All right,
They're
then.
not
No,
funnier
no,
than us.
There's no way. They're women. They are women. They can't be funny.
Women, they're not funny. Can't get jokes. But anyways, we'll see you guys next time. This has been the Men Podcast.
Later.
See ya.